Iran to offer the refugees aid and assistance. Well, my next guest is an Afghan journalist who spent many years working for the New York Times in Afghanistan. He managed to get himself and his family to safety shortly after Kabul fell. Jawad Sukanya, welcome. Thank you for being with us. So give us a bit of background, if you would. You were born in Afghanistan and you went on to study in the US, but you then decided to return to your country. Tell us why.
Thank you for having me. Well, I was born in Kabul, Afghanistan, and I became a journalist in 2004. That was the first time I was exposed, and I've been able to do journalism in my country. This is a time that the international community has a great presence in Afghanistan, and things are all on the right track. And I happened to join this profession. And in 2008, I went to India to get a bachelor's degree in political science. And when I returned to Afghanistan in 2011, I joined the New York Times Kabul bureau as a reporter, and I've been working for them for like 8 years until 2019. And by end of 2019, I took a break, and so again, I started writing my pieces as an Afghan analyst for different websites, and so
you saw 2000. You saw it all then, right from the US-led invasion right up to the end. So you said that you were shocked at the speed with which Kabul fell to the Taliban in August. Tell us what happened.
Exactly. On August 15, when the Taliban moved into the city, it was shocking, and it was a terrible situation for all of us. We weren't expecting that things would unfold quickly and surprisingly, but it did, and we were like, it was a terrible experience. We were frustrated and we didn't know what to do. But luckily, like after 4 or 5 days of trying to leave the country, we were able to leave. And that was a good experience. But I'm very sorry to see what happened to my country and my people, and things just got changed the other way around, and it isn't going well so far.
Do you feel that you were a particular target because you've been working for the New York Times, an American newspaper?
Yes, working with an American news outlet, it makes you a target. I was afraid of my life, and as well as my kids and my wife. Their life and security was like very important, and I just wanted to make sure that we leave the country, and they're happy that we made it out. So yeah.
And what was life like in those years before the Taliban takeover? Because there was an awful lot of terrorist attacks by the Taliban. It certainly wasn't a peaceful place to live, I imagine. What was life like living there and bringing up a family there before this happened?
Life was okay. It wasn't safe. It wasn't really, really good, to be honest. But since it was my country, and as an Afghan, I had no choice, and I just wanted to live in my country by the side of my people. I had my family there, my extended family, my brother, my mom, my relatives. So, you're right. It wasn't safe. There were bombings, and there were places where we couldn't travel, we couldn't go. But Kabul was relatively safe. Other major cities were safe. And I used to live in Kabul, and I was fine. I had an okay life there. That was fine. It wasn't excellent. It wasn't really, really good. I was always fearful and concerned about my kids going to school and myself being out. in public and working as a journalist. It was not really safe, but it was better. It was way better, and we were happy with what we had. And when Taliban came, it became really dangerous, and we had no option but to leave the country.
And everything changed quite well. How do you feel as an Afghan when you see what's happening in the country right now? And do you think the US was right to withdraw from the country in the way that it did?
Well, I feel sorry for what happened to my country. I'm really worried about the people. It's my country. That's my birthplace. There is an attachment as an Afghan to that country that it's hard to give up. I see things are not moving on the right direction. I see there is a food shortage. I see there is an economic collapse, and on the top of that, people are not safe. Those who had worked with the previous government or in one way or the other affiliated with Westerners and Americans, they don't feel safe. It's hard. It's really hard, and I'm concerned and worried about what's going on there. So I hope there is a change. There is a positive change. That things get back to normal, which isn't yet.
Jawad Sukanyar, thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.